Hello again, today we're in Portimão on the Algarve coast of Portugal, and today we're about to take a boat trip along the coast to see the amazing cliff and caves, and of course the Benagil Cave, considered to be in the top 10 most beautiful sea caves in the world. We're just waiting here on the promenade beside the Portimão Naval Club building where we bought our tickets for this trip. There are many companies offering boat trips along the coast, and we decided to go with this one called Manguitus, located just in the corner of the club building. We chose them simply because they had a departure leaving at a time that suited us when we were there. They only accepted cash, and I'll tell you how much at the end of this video. Once registered on the passenger list, we headed over to the pier as the boat came up to the dock. We climbed on board, struggled into our life vests, and before we knew it, we were pushing away from the dock into the Algarve River and heading at the restricted speed down towards the open sea. As we went, we passed the impressive World Traveller cruise ship and two Portuguese Navy ships. On the other side of the river, coming into view now, is the Ferragudo Castle. There's been a watchtower on this rock since the 15th century, but it was in 1640, amid the Portuguese Restoration War, that King John IV ordered the construction of a new castle, which remains to this day. Now in private hands, we can only look upon its exterior from afar. But we're not on this boat to check out castles, we're here for the cliffs and caves, so we pick up speed and head out into the open ocean to take a left and head along eastwards. And soon we pass by the High Altar Lighthouse. And here we are passing Seagull's Rock on our right. On board today we have two crew members, the captain controlling the boat and an additional crew member who continued walking around checking we were all okay and describing each of the caves we visited along the way. We had the added benefit that his seat was just right next to us, so he actually gave us some additional information which none of the other passengers got, so we were quite lucky in that respect. So I'll let you enjoy the boat trip and I'll catch up with you at the end to tell you how much it all cost. we are just awaiting our turn to head inside Benagil Cave. There were many small boats and kayaks here, so we waited a little while, but here we go, heading inside. Just check this out. Now we're heading out, and there's one more site further on that we're heading to, the Natural Arch rock formation beside Marina Beach, before we head back the way we came from Portimão.
What is this happiness? Many emotions.
We really picked up speed now as we headed away from the shore on the off chance we might spot some dolphins on the way back. This trip, but we did see some on a boat trip from Lagouche that we also did on this holiday, and you can see that video on this channel too. I'll leave a link at the end of this video so you can watch that as well. So let's talk cost. We sailed with Manguitus from the Portimão Naval Club building, and we just walked up and booked. We paid €35 or around £30 each to go on this trip. I believe if you pre-book you can get this for around €30. Let me know what you think of this price and what is on offer here in the comments below, and thanks for coming along with us on this trip today. As we dock back where we started, we disembark and head off to our next destination, somewhere else in the world. See ya!